Chasing the stars, we'll stride into the dawn. Never back down till the battle is won. Face each foe with hearts brave and true, unafraid of the unknown, because I'll face it all with you.
Hello, I'm the reviewer. You review it, I review you. This is my partner, Mr. It. Today, we'll be looking at Dom Noble's Lost in Adaptation video on 101 Dalmatians.
Oh, good morning, Dodie. Taking the pack out for a walk, I see. You know, those dogs would make a lovely fur coat. What? Oh, you've just given me an idea for a novel, but you're probably not going to like your role in it.
Which is worse, the fur coat comment or the idea that her first thought was story potential and not telling this bitch to fuck off?
Because I'm shockingly unprofessional, I don't read ahead on my Patreon to-do list very often.
Wait, was that something we were supposed to be doing?
So, I didn't actually realize I was going to be drawn back into the cult of Disney so soon after reviewing Mary Poppins.
You can never leave.
It was re-released as a novel in 1956 and was well received in general, though it was eventually called out for some pretty blatant racism.
What, because of the Labrador disguise?
Lesser known fun fact, Smith wrote a sequel in 1967 called The Starlight Barking, and you know, I'm honestly not sure how to summarize it, my beautiful watchers. I think the technical term for it is batshit insane. It is nuts. It's got magic and dogs with superpowers and space gods and the threat of nuclear war.
Damn, we got two very different sequels to this story and neither of them took from this book? We got jibbed.
For nothing, but I just wanted to mention there doesn't seem to be a consensus on words versus numbers regarding the title. I think I personally prefer the digits, but that might just be me.
Could be worse. It could be hotly debated on how it's supposed to be pronounced.
A little later, 15 of the wee things are born, one almost dies but is revived with a tactical massage. One pup ends up with the name Lucky because of the horseshoe pattern of his spot.
Huh, I always thought he was called Lucky because he was lucky to be alive.
This presumably happens on a very slow news week because the papers print multiple full-spread articles about this dog napping.
I mean, fair, but also I imagine this is more because they were already somewhat local celebrities as, well, have you ever heard of a dog giving birth to a litter of 15?
Fortunately, the Baddens decide to wait until they finish watching their favorite TV program, a game show where people have to guess the crimes of a guest star convict.
Is that what was going on this show? Damn, as a kid I thought it was some weird-ass spelling bee type deal.
Billy becomes Roger Radcliffe in the film, an aspiring songwriter, which I am pretty sure is objectively the exact opposite of an accountant.
I'm not sure how I feel about YouTuber's placement on that wheel, sitting right next to scientist and opposite firefighter. Honestly, it kinda makes sense the more I think about it, and that unnerves me a bit.
Cruella's car, reflecting the woman's pretty appalling taste, was painted black and white striped in the book.
Maybe the idea in the movie was to evoke the devil in De Vil.
Cruella de Vil, Cruella de Vil. If she doesn't scare you, no evil thing will.
Like, I know that after her recent theft she might be a little hesitant to throw a legal stone from her legal glass house, but I'm still shocked a record label was willing to open itself up to a defamation lawsuit like that.
Maybe they didn't know Cruella was a real person, figuring nobody would have such a cartoonishly evil name.
An aspect of the iconic Ms. de Vil that wasn't carried over from the book was the many implications that she was some sort of demonic being.
Yeah, I think that should have gone in the changes category rather than what was left out, as these implications are in the aforementioned song.
And she ate everything with about 1.5 pounds of pepper on it. She evidently ate enough of the stuff to have taken on the taste herself, as the unlucky Lucky discovered when he tried to bite her.
Taking you are what you eat a little too literally.
My favourite conversation from the book didn't make the cut, alas. While they were in the truck back to London, Pongo was explaining the situation to a Staffordshire Terrier who casually suggested that murdering Cruella would absolutely solve their problem.
I'm not saying that's right, but he's not incorrect.
Pongo and the puppies ran across the field to escape the evil Cruella, but in a terrible twist of fate, stumbled right into a camp of dirty, filthy gypsies.
Ah! So that's the racism. I'm just gonna ignore that and appreciate the use of a bark as a censor.
Here's a fun one to lighten the mood. There's a Mr. de Vil in the book.
Oh, that poor man.
Don't feel bad for him. He's just as shitty as his wife. Just because someone's a bottom doesn't mean they're not an arsehole.
Well, my limited knowledge about anatomy suggests that one can't have an asshole without a bottom, so that checks out.
In 1996, Disney made a live-action reboot of their film starring Glenn Close.
And the book's coloration of Cruella's car, apparently.
In 2019, Disney Channel began airing another TV show, this time a spin-off titled 101 Dalmatian Street, which was set in the same universe as the film, but takes place 60 years later.
Okay, that explains so much about that show.
Shockingly, none of these sequels or spin-offs drew in any way from the Starlight barking. Truly a surprising twist.
Maybe this is because I haven't actually read the book, but I think we're worse off without that adaptation. This review was pretty good. Kinda light on the jokes compared to what we normally cover on this show, but I do appreciate how well researched and informative it is. I'm the review reviewer. You review it, I review you.
I imagine you've got questions.
Me.
Oh, you know, pursuit of knowledge, thrill of discovery.
Me.
Your father could always tell when I was bullshitting him too. The truth is, after you were born, I got scared.
Me.
When we got you home, all I wanted was to be there for you, no matter what. But I realized one day when I die, I couldn't be. But then I thought, what if that didn't have to be the case? I wondered if there was a way we could still reach each other, even beyond the wall of life and death. I figured that if our magic could allow us to travel to other realms, why not to the realm of death? After months of research, I finally got my hands on a way in. I had to try it as soon as possible. I thought I'd only be gone 30 minutes, not over 30 years. I was so desperate not to miss a moment of your life that I ended up missing all of it. I know I can't apologize enough for what happened, and that it might be selfish of me to want to be in your life now.
Me.
You're a good kid, Zodi. Your dad did a good job.
Me.
Don't be so hard on him. I'm sure it wasn't easy for him to talk about. Wait. Are you telling me he broke my globe of Eridon? Eric, you son of a bitch!
What's that noise?
Sounds like Yuno is smashing through the walls.
Can she do that?
She is surprisingly strong for a woman her size.
No, I mean, isn't that against the rules?
Well, the only rules Lord Death set were that we have to make it back before time runs out. He never dictated how.
Well, then what are we walking around for?
Well then, I probably should have seen that coming. Well done! So that means the 5 of us are free to go?
4 of us, actually. Master Vicar is staying behind.
Really? And you're okay with that?
Honestly, no. But I'll just have to live with it.
Speaking of living, I can't wait to get back to it.
Me.
Now be honest with me. You slipped in that game lyric on purpose, didn't you?
I have no idea to what you are referring.
I like you.